Peace, greetings. This is Gerard Anthony, and we are here once again at Saturday Soul Social at the historic Hippodrome Theater's Speakeasy Lounge in Richmond, Virginia, 526 North 2nd Street, here in historic Jackson Ward. And sitting with me this evening, our featured artist for April 2014, Miss Honey La Rochelle. Yes, exactly, and that's what the crowd sounded like here tonight at Saturday Soul Social. It was an amazing show. She is here with her new album, The Yes Feeling, and everybody did have the feeling of yes. Yeah, let me hold it up so everyone can see the yes feeling. And Honey,
look at this.
Honey Rochelle, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, you know, for those who couldn't actually be here in person, who couldn't get to really experience you right now, I just want people to have an idea of who you are, you know, and where you're from. Where were you born? You know, how were you raised? And, you know, how did you, I guess, just manifest into this Honey La Rochelle being that you are now?
Well, how much time do you have? I mean, I thought this was a quick interview. You're talking about how were you raised and how did you become who you are? Well, first of all, I started. No, okay, I'm not gonna give you. Let's
start with this. Where were you born? Where were you raised? And how did you start with your music career?
Okay, so I was born in Vancouver.
Okay.
To a single mother who is also a vocalist, and she and my father toured with Marvin Gaye and Little Richard and Bon Jovi and Bryan Adams, and kind of did, you know, the same thing that I'm doing, but she had me, you know, so I was always with her at rehearsals and in the studio and on tour, you know, from a young age. We recorded our first album together when I was only 7 years old. We did a children's album.
Nice.
And then eventually I ended up moving a lot. So we moved first to Texas, then to Florida, then to Brooklyn. Now I'm in LA. But all the while I've been doing music, writing, recording with different producers that I meet along the way. And, you know, I've had the honor of touring with a bunch of amazing legends that changed my whole game, changed my life.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a lovely journey.
Absolutely, and you know, I'm glad you touched on that. What are some of the artists that you have been on the road with, just honing your own skills?
I mean, the pinnacle for me is Roberta Flack.
Right.
Roberta Flack is a goddess. You know, she's the one person that I've been able to, you know, not only get to know musically, but get to know personally. And she had relationships with Michael Jackson. She had relationships with Donny Hathaway. She had relationships with Quincy Jones and Saida Garrett and a bunch of, you know, people like from on all scales, all the way across the board. Some of them who are not here anymore. So, and she's the one, you know, who encouraged me to go and meet my real father. And she's the one who's encouraged me to pursue this dream. And, you know, a lot of people have encouraged that, but she's been so generous with herself, with me, and I feel so lucky, so honored, because she's amazing.
That's wonderful.
Truly.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And then, you know, the way you answer the questions are really great, because they just kind of lead right into the next question. Because when you talk about pursuing the dream, you know, I want to definitely touch on, you know, the dream made real, the yes feeling.
Yes feeling.
Best new artist on soultracks.com.
Yes.
You know, just critically acclaimed. Yes. Everywhere she's going, she's just turning up the stages. You know, the yes feeling has a lot of different kinds of feelings. What were you listening to, or what were you influenced by when you were concepting and recording this record or writing for this record?
Well, Gerard, you know already that it took 7 years to make this record. So in 7 years, the girl goes through a lot of changes.
Right.
I recorded over 200 songs to make this record.
Wow.
So there are folk records, there are pop records, there's like bubblegum pop records, there are country songs, you know, like I recorded a lot of music, and I really started to search inside, and I really dug deep and recorded a bunch of different kinds of music, just sort of searching for what felt right. And then I kind of turned to the things that I enjoyed performing the most. And that's basically what created this album. And you know, so I was listening to a lot of things. You know, when I first started recording, my favorite artist was Outkast.
Okay.
I love Outkast.
Okay.
Still, they're kind of my favorite.
Yeah.
But you know, then it spans.
So
then
Fight
there's
for Him,
Stevie Wonder.
Fight for Him is that kind of Outkast.
You know, to be honest, I don't even think that their influence is shown on this album. You know, there are other songs in the arsenal that are yet to come.
You like Tupac?
I love Tupac.
Right, so she recorded like Tupac. There's always going to be a, or like R.
Then
Kelly,
you'll have
like
my
there's always a Honey La Rochelle record just lying in wait, you know.
The Where Is Honey album. I'm going to disappear for another 7 years and then.
Wow, Where Is Honey? Yes, coming
Where
soon.
in the world?
Coming soon.
Yeah.
Look, it's been I want to say amazing because it's like incredible and amazing, like combined into one word.
Wow.
You know, amazing. Can you say that? Like
amazing.
Accredible. Well, accredible. I think that's for schools or something.
Or accredited.
Accredited. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's getting late. All right. So. It's been amazing having you here in Richmond, Virginia. You know, the show was awesome. She she had people doing the holy dance up in here this evening. I'm not gonna say who those people were. Not gonna say who those people were. But Honey La Rochelle.
Anybody we know.
They weren't anybody we know. Honey La Rochelle, you know, make sure that you are checking out her music online, honeylarochelle.com.
Yep.
Honey La Rochelle on Twitter, Honey La Rochelle
on iTunes,
on Facebook, Gmail,
Instagram, all of the things.
She's easy to find because you just put Honey La Rochelle. There is no.
If you can remember the name, it's super easy.
La Rochelle. It's Honey
La Rochelle. Je suis français.
La Rochelle, yeah.
Oui, oui.
Voulez-vous?
Coucher.
Avec moi ce soir.
Avec moi. Voulez-vous lécher?
Voulez-vous? Go and
Yes.
find Honey La Rochelle.
Yes. Honey La Rochelle, make sure you're looking out for her and make sure you go and buy this album, The Yes Feeling. And if you are in Richmond, Virginia on the first Saturday of any month, make sure you are right here at the Speakeasy Lounge, 526 North 2nd Street, historic Jackson Ward in the legendary Hippodrome Theater. We are signing off from Saturday Soul Social. Peace.
Well,